Hi, I'm Steve Ferrell, and welcome to the 30-Day Meditation Challenge. If you're new to this page, I suggest that you hit the subscribe button so that you can stay on board with all of the videos that we begin to offer through time. In today's session, we're going to be doing a brief meditation on sound. In meditation practice, sometimes we'll use what is referred to as an anchor, whether that anchor be the feeling of breathing. Some people might chant a mantra. It's very classical, especially in yoga, to do something like stare at a candle flame. In today's session, we're going to be using sound as an anchor. And your job as we do this practice is just to simply follow sound. What's going to happen is that as we find our position, as we settle into the body and into the moment and into the senses, that we're going to be ringing a bell. Your job is to do your best to follow the sound of the bell from start to finish. A practice that we might say is simple, but not easy. Right? Because even as you go to follow the sound, you might notice opinions or thinking being placed on top of the experience of the sound. And so in that case, really what we're trying to do is just to simply come back to hearing the sounds as they're happening. Right? That we hear the sound, at some point we naturally get distracted, which is what human minds do. We recognize that we're distracted, and then we come back to hearing the sound again. And so we'll find that comfortable position, whether lying down or seated, spine tall and upright but not rigid. As always, the invitation to softly close the eyes, but also knowing that if it's inappropriate to have the eyes closed in this particular moment, that it's okay to have the eyes open, but that we keep the gaze forward, slightly downcast and soft. We'll start by taking 3 deep breaths in. Just coming into our senses. And then allowing the breath to be easy and to be simple, to be more involuntary. Again, in a moment, a bell will ring, and you just do your best to follow that sound. As you hear the sound of the bell, as per the usual, just noticing any content that begins to arise around it. It might even just be simple things like, I like that sound, or I don't like that sound. And just noticing without indulging the mind, coming back to the sound. Some of you noticing how the mind wants to try to figure out the sound. And especially with singing bowls, there can be more than one frequency chiming at the same time. I know that my musician mind loves to try to figure out what is the interval between those two sounds, right? Or those two frequencies or notes. And again, just noticing that, coming back to listening, right? Not our interpretation of the sound. What is the sound? If the mind begins to wonder what to do in the gaps between the chimes of the bell, just keep listening. Keep listening, but try not to anticipate the chime of the next bell. Sometimes the mind might even begin to wonder if it hears the sound anymore. That the ear might go searching for sound. And just know that the ear will tell you when the bell has stopped ringing. Right? The mind won't really tell you that. The ear will tell you. Trust the ear. And as you hear the sound of the bell continuously, perhaps instead of sending your attention out to hear the sound, what if you allowed the sound to come to you? If the sound is going to happen anyway, can we just open up our attention and let the sound come in? Ringing the bell one more time. As the sound of the bell fades, taking a brief moment again to just listen. To listen with a soft attention. And take a deep breath in. Slow breath out. Good, one more like that. And adding some movement to the body. And time opening the eyes, coming back to this space. I hope that you enjoyed singing bell meditation. We'll bring hands to heart, head to heart, and one bow.